everybody. I am Miss Karen at Adams Memorial Library. Thank you very much for joining me for our April Inquire Within program. So for April, we thought we'd celebrate spring because the flowers are in bloom, the trees have their leaves. It seemed like a good time to get out and do spring things. And a lot of the activities this month are from, can you see? From Elinor Wonders Why. And in your kit, there will be stickers there's Elinor and Olive and Ari on them. And to get one of the kits with the activities that I'll be telling you about today, you can either come down to the children's room and pick one up, or you can always call the library and reserve the kits, and we can have them available for you through curbside service. And either way, we'll have the kits in the library as long as supplies last. But they'll have some activities in, some recipes that you can make when you're outside exploring spring, and some decorations like a nature sun catcher, or you can do a bunny tail decoration, bunny tail like Elinor would have, or some paper flowers to celebrate spring. Let me tell you a little bit more about what's in the kit, especially the Elinor stuff. I told you there would be a sticker in the kit, but there are also Elinor and Friends puppets. So there's an paper in here you can color, and then you can make Elinor and Ari and Olive for yourself and make them into finger puppets like this. And you can act out your own Elinor Wonders Why stories. There's also a paper for going out and exploring at night, and that's always exciting. So Elinor will tell you a little bit about what you need to do if you're going to go explore your yard or your neighborhood during the night. But sometimes exploring makes a person hungry. So there are a couple of snack recipes in here. This one's for rabbit snack cups. With yummy carrots and peas and crackers and dip. So that would always be good. You'll need extra energy when you're out exploring. And if you decide you'd like something a little sweeter, you can always do Elinor's Squirrel Snacks Trail Mix too, where you can put in maybe M&Ms if you wanted, raisins, banana chips, chocolate chips. It's up to you, whatever you want to do, because you're going to need lots of energy to make the crafts and go explore spring. These paper flowers are actually the only activity that doesn't come from Elinor Wonders Why. These are from Rosie's Rules. You know Rosie? Well, Rosie calls these flores de papel, flowers made of paper, and she uses these to decorate when her family wants to take a special picture. So if you have more tissue paper at home, you can make even more of these. Follow the directions, and if you did a whole bunch, you could make even a rainbow if you had different colors. We're going to give you tissue paper like this, and you can make sort of multicolored flowers like these ones. You can decide you need about 6 or 8 pieces of tissue paper. The more you put in, the thicker it'll be. What you will do is decide the order that you want your colors to be. So you will line them all up evenly. Here, I've got a couple of pieces. So you'll put the corners together, make them as even as you can, and then what you'll do is start to accordion fold them. And when you do that, that means you fold it in one direction and then back in the other direction. And you go back and forth like that. So you'll fold it up till you get to the end. Make sure it's all lined up nicely. And there will also in the kit be a pipe cleaner. So you will have all your folded papers up, and then you will just attach the pipe cleaner around the middle, attach it and twist it, and that'll be the center of your flower. And then very, very carefully, you can kind of separate all these layers. So I found that I'm not actually a very good fluffer. I tried my best to make this look like a nice flower for you, but my fluffing skills are not the strongest, but what you want to do is try to separate each one very carefully because it is tissue paper. You don't want to tear it. If you do tear it, you can always just tape it. It wouldn't be that big a deal. But you separate them out and kind of smush them up so it'll look like a flower, and then you can put it up on your wall somewhere. And see how mine was sort of curved like this with petals? If you want, once you've gotten all your parts folded, you can sort of round off the ends. And then that'll make the petals look curvy like this. And so you can have your own spring flower when you're waiting for more flowers to bloom. Another way you can decorate is with these bunny tails. They look kind of like a little fluffy cotton tail for a bunny. Maybe use your imagination. You can call them flowers too, but in your kits will be napkins. That's what you use for this. White napkin and a green napkin. And in this case, I think the white napkin might be a little bit bigger than the green one, so you might have to trim it a little bit at the end. But that's okay because you're going to make them into fluffy layers like this. So for each of the napkins, if you unfold it, you'll see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. So you'll cut the squares together. You're going to do that with 2 napkins, and then you'll have 8 squares. And just like with the paper flower, you have to line everything up nicely. So you will line your flowers, your layers up. So you can alternate white and green. You can do green together and then white together, whatever you'd like. And then again, you're going to be accordion folding all your layers, which means one way and then back and then forward and then back. And you'll try to do it as neatly as you can and try to make the folds all about the same size. And then once you have that all together, the instructions will be in your kits. So you can check, but you'll have them folded. You will be able to trim them up a little bit like this, and that's what will make them look like fluffy tails. And do the folding. And then in this case, we'll give you some yarn in the kit so you can tie them together. If you wanted to, if you had extra pipe cleaner, you could pipe cleaner it together and then add a tie on later if you would like. But either way, you're going to again have these layers and it's going to be folded, it'll be trimmed, it'll be tied together, and then very carefully you will separate them out again. And the napkins are just paper, so again, they're a little bit tricky, but as long as you don't pull too fast, you should be able to pull them apart and then again, fluff. And Miss Andrea tried to help me fluff this one, so if it doesn't look good, it's because of me, not Miss Andrea, but she tried. But again, you can make more of these at home if you have more paper napkins. You can make more little fluffy tails. You can make smaller ones. If you want to make your paper squares smaller, you can make tiny little bunny tails, and then you can hang these up to decorate too. And that craft is to make sun catchers. And everybody's is going to be unique because you're going to find the things to put in the middle. So I had some flower petals in here, some grass, I had some berries, little pieces of some leaves, but I had some evergreen leaves too. I just went around the outside of the library and found petals that had fallen and flowers. And that's what I made my sun catcher with. So in the kit, there will be 2 paper plates. There will be a playing card. You can't see it, but on this playing card, there's actually double-sided sticky tape. So can you hear how it's sticking to my finger? You'll be able to find an end and peel it off this card. But important, you don't want this to get near your tissue paper or your napkins, because if the double-sided tape sticks on here, it's not going to come off. So this will be in a plastic bag to keep it separated. And this is what you will use for this craft. What you will do, there'll be instructions in the kit, but you want to cut out the inside of both the plates. And I found it was easier to just make a cut on the outside, cut this around, and then tape the outside shut again. So that's how I cut the insides out. There'll also be some contact paper in the kit, and that is this clear plastic paper that when you peel away the back, it has sticky too, except unlike the double-sided sticky tape, it's only sticky on one side. So you're going to trace the circle of the plate on the contact paper, cut it out, and then when you're going outside on your explorations, maybe you're eating your snacks, but you can find what you think would be good to put in a sun catcher out there. So maybe you'll find some flower petals, leaves, grass. It is up to you, whatever you want to collect. So you'll collect some things outside, and then when you're all ready and you decide what you would like to be inside your sun catcher, you will take one of those circles of contact paper, peel the back off, and then put the non-sticky side on your table, put the sticky side up, and then you will put your flowers and leaves and all your natural materials on it. Then once you have it, you kind of have to decide how you want it before you put it down, because once the things are on the sticky paper, they don't come off very well. But once you've got all your things on the sticky paper, you will peel off the back paper from the other piece of contact paper and put that sticky side down. So you'll have sticky side up, your materials from nature on it, and then sticky side down. So then you'll have two circles with your things in between. And then you want it to be a little flat. So I flattened mine by putting it underneath a box of books because, we have a lot of books in boxes at the library that I could use. But it says you could use a rolling pin if you want to flatten it out a little bit, but you want it to be fairly flat. And then once you flatten it out, you can leave it overnight, leave it for a little while till it's a little bit flatter. And then you'll take one of your paper plate rings, you'll put it down, put the double-sided tape, cut it into pieces, and put it around the plate. And then you will put your plastic picture in the middle, and then put some more double-sided tape on top of it, and put the other paper plate on top. So it's a paper plate, plastic in the middle, and another paper plate. I didn't decorate mine, but if you would like, you can decorate the outsides of your plate, color on them however you would like. I actually put some more Scotch tape, and if you don't want to use the double-sided tape, you can always use regular tape. I attached mine, and I just made sure it was attached a little more and put some more tape around. And then once you have it the way you like it, you can hang it up on a window and use it as a sun catcher. You can put a hole in it and use some yarn or string and hang it in front of a window that way. You can even hang it outside if you would like. So you can use this as your spring decoration and decorate however you would like. So friends, I want to thank you very much for watching today. And as always, I want to thank our friends at WQED Education and Clearview Federal Credit Union for allowing us to make these kits for you. We are very, very grateful to our friends there. And we're very grateful to you too, friends, for coming in and exploring the outdoors with us. So thank you. So please come in and get your kits. If you're not able to come into the library to get one, you can always email us at kids@adamslib.org, and I can always email you the information that we'll have in this month's kits. So please join us again. The next time we'll do them will probably be in the summer, so watch for kits then. So thank you very much, and I will see you later, friends. Thank you. Bye-bye.